They did a lot of, your son will never, your son will never write. Your son will never be able to be in a regular classroom. Your son will never, and I hate that. And you get strong and you say, don't put those limitations on my son. Don't put them on my son.
Giving up hope, yeah, it happens. But getting it back, it comes with his first smile. If you see him smile, boom, your spirits are up and you're ready to take on the next challenge.
When he finally comes out of the clouds, and it doesn't happen very often. And we went through years where we didn't see Hunter. And I would get right in his face and say, where are you? Where are you, Hunter? And just, look at me. And he wouldn't even look at me. And for him to stiff up and not even let me hug him. He was given an augmentative device. And up until he got this augmentative device, which is a device that will speak for him, that never came without a big price tag on it, though, because the device that he needed was $10,000. I had to fight with the school, I had to fight with my insurance company, and I had to find the money somehow.
I suppose there were times when you give up hope, but that when you give it up, 10 minutes later it's back. I think it's probably human nature to go through those ups and downs.
There's nothing like the helplessness of not being able to help your child. To have to make that choice that we can't afford that therapy because we just don't simply have the money for it. And so there is hope. There are grants out there now. You just have to keep digging and keep trying. And nobody gives you this information. Your doctor doesn't know about it.
It's a full-time job, just looking out to find the resources to get your child better.
My biggest resource was other parents of autistic children that have already been through it. If you don't have the money, there are people out there that will help you. There are grants out there that will help you. Granted, 4 years ago we had nothing, but a lot has changed in 4 years, and Hunter's changed a lot in 4 years. And then all of a sudden, the bottom fell out. He all of a sudden started to get violent behaviors. He even hit and bit me, which he never did. He's a sweet little boy. The teacher's frustrated with him. I'm frustrated with him. Everybody's frustrated with him. And at one point I just said, Hunter's in there somewhere. I'm going to get him. So I took him to the doctor, and he felt that Hunter might be experiencing seizures, but not in a typical way that would show up on an EEG. He felt that his seizures were in the expressive part of his brain. Well, the waiting list, as usual, on that was astronomical, and Hunter was falling into this huge hole, and I couldn't wait. So I took him to his psychologist and told him what I had found out, and he said, well, we often use anti-seizure medication in psychology a lot, but the medication he recommended had a flesh-eating disease as a side effect.
Seeing Hunter go through a period where he's just down, he's having problems, it makes it hard not to want to give him a hand and do something to pull him through that time.
So I talked to a mother who is a neighbor up the street. She gave me the name of a medication. He's like, this is a brand new medication. How the heck did you find out about it? And I said, well, another mom with a child with autism told me about it. And the doctor said it's not going to work for him. And I said, well, it doesn't have any side effects. So what does it hurt if we try? So we tried it, and I got my little boy back. A year or two ago, a teacher did pennies for autism. I thought it was a wonderful idea. Hunter went around collecting using his device, pre-recorded device, and he would push the button and say, which would say, my name is Hunter, would you like to donate pennies for the Autism Society of Illinois? He was only asking for pennies, and people reached in and gave so much more. There were dollar bills, $5 bills, $20 bills in his jug. And tears came to my eyes. People really do care. They really do reach in when they need to. I was just amazed. The little boy that went up to his mom, I sent flyers home to all the kids to ask for pennies for autism, and he went up and got his piggy bank and opened it up and gave his mom the flyer, and he opened it, all of his money. He goes, can I give this? This will make Hunter better, won't it? Like I said, I was only hoping to get like 50 or 100, I mean, probably a couple $100 from each school. When I went into the bank, after we drug in 54 jugs the kids had collected, the bank teller told me we had collected over $4,000. People like the Autism Society of Illinois give families like ours help and hope. And without your support, they wouldn't be here. All of these networks need funding. They work off of funding from people, generous people like yourself, who can go out there and educate families about autism, to find resources to get help for them. Your generous support is so desperately needed. It does help out children like my son, Hunter, who is now learning how to talk. And I saw his smile again.